Previously on Greasy Hammer's factory. Ooh, we discovered a functional teleportation device. Here goes nothing. Check this out, we got mealwood here. We're gonna need that for some Dracos. Ooh, that is sketchy. Abe is a source of fresh water for himself. That's gonna be pretty convenient. Yeah, everything is under control here. And looks like our event research is complete over here. This one's got a lot of nerve showing up in this neighborhood. Travaldo just couldn't bring himself to activate this machine, so we have to lock him in the room. Sometimes just need a little motivation. Meanwhile, we're going to also set up this pipe over here to bring in the oxygen into the other colony. Alright, after a minor hiccup, Travaldo has arrived, and he's doing all the wrong things here. Alright, so back to this tamer. We're going to need to drip some naphtha in here to close this up. And it looks like we got seeds over here. We're going to build some farms. Alright, that's oh boy. And Bob's your uncle. That's it. Hello everyone. Once again, this is G, and welcome back to the factory. It's been a while, hasn't it? But finally, we're back. And I'm just going to jump straight into it. You'll see some things have changed here. Namely, the food storage area. You can see here, it's deep freeze now. And I've used hydrogen in this particular case. You can see here the temperature. And actually, this part right here, if I show you, this is actually a vacuum over here. I create a little liquid lock. And we can still come in here if we break these two tiles, but for now this is sealed off. And this helps to prevent the gases from escaping, but dupes can still get in here if they have to. So, we don't gonna have any rot. And you can see this auto sweeper, it can reach into all sorts of places. This guy handles the kitchen side, and this guy handles the distribution over here. And then we got this fridge, and a little trick here, once again, I want to show you. You set the max limit over here to something small, like 2 kilos in this case. Maybe 3 even would be okay for 10 dupes. This prevents the fridge from having the food that rots in it. It only gets topped up from the freezer as needed. So it doesn't have any rot. But yeah, one thing I wanted to do is I want to use those mealwood seeds that have been collected from the previous episode from the other planet. And what we should do is set up a Drecko farm. So we're going to go over here, right at the edge of the map, and we're going to set it up. And I already got a blueprint all situated. Let me show you. There we go. Let's zoom in here. Okay, so what you'll see here is we're going to do 2 sides. There's going to be regular Dracos and glossy Dracos. This is going to be the cool side with oxygen and mealwood. And we're going to have the hot side up here with the hydrogen. And then a lot of the heat is going to be actually provided by these incubators. So, and then there's going to be a little chiller up here, which is not blueprinted in, but I'll show it to you once we get to that. All right, let's get cracking on this here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drain this water over here, and we're going to just drain it way down here, and then we can keep digging. Oh, check this out. Got a bit of an obstacle here. Got to watch for the sand that's always likes to keep falling down. But anyways, let's have a look at a couple other things. You can see here, there was a pump here. I moved it to the corner. Works a little bit better. And the idea here, if you look at the plumbing, I rearranged it a little bit. It's gonna really intended to take the fresh water, sift out the polluted water, dump it back in, and then take the fresh water and fill these reservoirs here. And then if we look over here, we got this hydrogen room, and it's being cooled by a very basic setup. We just got a couple thermal regulators running off this puny wire. It's pretty comical, but really it doesn't need to work very hard, so, you know, does the job for the time being. Strictly temp. We can set up a proper aquatuner steam turbine setup later, but really you don't need to remove too much heat from here. It's a very low effort type of a freezer. So, alright, let's see what's going on. We got these larva eggs, and I figured we don't have a really convenient spot to place them. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick them in here for now. It's pretty warm, so they're not going to die or anything, but they're not going to be very productive. They made a little bit of oil, but anyways, let's go ahead and stick them here. Yep. There we go. Alrighty. Done. And then we can just unload them. And it can sit here. And they're not overcrowded, so that's good. Alright, so back to this. Our transporter here is pumping hard to the planet. There's not much going on if we look over there. Let's see. Really not much happening here. There's no one here. But we'll come back to it. Uh-oh, someone's trapped. What's going on here? I bet you it's the sand. We gotta watch for that. That seems okay right now. Let's keep going. When it comes to this particular build out here, gotta be very careful and watch the dupes. Make sure they don't bury themselves, because they're just notorious for doing that. So lots of hand holding involved here. That's alright though. Alright, we got water coming down. There we go. Good enough. That's fine. Let's see, everything seems okay. Alright, what we're gonna do is dig out the rest of this. We can mop this up. Alright, so the dupes are hollowing out this room. And then we're going to go ahead and put in all the farm equipment. And the incubators. And then we got to plant our mealwood seeds. Just 2 for the time being. And then we're going to set up all the conveyor belts. And the doors up top are going to be used to regulate the temperature. And then we're going to add the chiller on top. Alright, so now that most of this is situated, what we're going to do is we're going to put these conveyor belts in here to move the eggs and other stuff either out of here or between these chambers. And up here we got these doors, and that's going to help to maintain the temperature of hydrogen. And there's going to be a liquid loop that's being built out here, and that's going to help to maintain the temperature of stuff down here. And up here we're going to have a chiller. And again, it's going to be hooked up from this puny wire using this kind of a setup, a transformer, and a battery. And then later on, we're going to upgrade all the electrical once we get more refined metal. But for now, this is just going to have to do. Yeah. Yeah, I got a feeling it's going to take a while. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this for you guys. There we go. All right, while the dupes finish this up, let's see what else is going on around here. And I totally forgot that I let Travaldo out. And forgot to lock him back in. So he's working pretty hard, you know, with no regard to his own safety. That's true commitment. Oh yeah. And it looks like while we were building, we already got a first candidate for a farm. And our next candidate right there. And a few extra eggs. They'll be the first ones to get in here. In fact, let's just bring them in. So we'll put the regular Dracos in here. And let's go ahead and wrangle them up. And we're going to bring all the eggs and drop them into this box right here. There we go. Set this to sweep only. Done. Let's check our room overlay. 96 tiles, 96 tiles. That looks pretty good. Perfect. And we got our dirt incoming over here. That looks good. We got manual use here. That's all queued up. Alright, these guys are already getting started. There's no hydrogen here yet, but getting a head start. And we might as well get the hydrogen in here. Let's have a look at the plumbing. Alright, here we go. Connect that. There we go. And it has nowhere to escape up top. So let's check it out. We got all this other stuff down here. But that's okay. It's going to get pushed further down. It should be fine. In fact, what we should do is we should put some vent tiles here. Like that. What we should do is we should stick some deodorizers down here, because yeah, this polluted oxygen is not very healthy. But first, let's see what's printing. Let's have a look here. Oh, incidentally, we got some more Drecko eggs. That should be good. Let's get that. Alright. We got some eggs, we got some Drecklets, and we're gonna need to top this up. Let's see if we got some more. Look at all this. Let's collect all these eggs. Alright, then we're just gonna put some auto sweepers in here, and we should be good. Alright, so we're at cycle 352, and we got pretty much almost everything cleaned up here. Just a few additional touches. And if we look at the polluted oxygen, it's been filtered out, mostly. So hydrogen has leveled out. And we're going to add a couple more sweepers. Going to put one here, and put one over here. And that should capture everything. And we're just using these conveyors for now just to get rid of all this junk. And also we got regular Dracos in both sides for the time being. And then we can always wrangle them up to one side afterwards. We only got just a couple mealwood seeds here to start with, but eventually this is gonna expand out as these things produce more seeds, and then it should be fine. Still got quite a few Dracos running around the base. We don't want to overcrowd this farm, so we'll just keep it nice and sparse for the time being. Okay, this is nice and cool. That oil refinery is going. It's getting pretty hot over here, actually. But there's a minor shortage of lime. That's a problem. Gonna have to get a lime farm. I think we'll leave the lime farm for the next episode. I'm just gonna finish up this thing over here for now. We're going to have to set up some automation to redirect the critter eggs to a different area when there's too many here. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening is these incubators get full and we get these eggs just kind of looping around. So we're going to send all the excess eggs beyond 3. We're going to set up a 3rd incubator. And beyond that, we're going to set up some incubators elsewhere and just unload the eggs over there. Or maybe we'll just cook the eggs. We'll see. And I think one other thing we want to add in here is a fridge to drop off some ingredients that dupes find around. So what we can do is we can just put a fridge. But we don't need to electrify it. It can just sit there turned off. There we go. So we got all the raw ingredients in here. Because the dupes can't access this room directly. So instead they put things here. And then this loader will take things away. Gonna have to replace these ration boxes with some proper loaders and drop the food somewhere in here later on. But for now, we're just gonna rely on these ration boxes, which have limited space. That's okay. We'll fix that later in the next episode. The other thing I want to show you here is we got our steam tamer finally up and running. And as you can see, bypass pump is dumping all the steam up here. Check out the gas overlay. You can see here. And it's not able to overpressure this way. And then the steam turbine picks up the steam. Everything gets cooled through a chilling loop. And if there's not enough water in this loop, it gets topped up. And then everything gets dumped out over here as cold water. And then over time, this is going to get nice and chill. So we're going to have to get these slicksters out of here eventually. But they're okay here for now. Let's see what's printing over here. What do we got? Oh, nice. We got Paku. We're gonna make some glass ourselves pretty soon. Alright. And let's see how we're doing over here. Alright, everything's been cleaned up. And over here we're just waiting on some steel. Got our oil layer and water. And you know what we can do is we can button this up. That should be fine. And we should also add a thermal sensor. Let's see here. Yeah, that should do it. Get rid of this. Alright. There we go. Alrighty, so we clearly don't have enough steel. Let's have a look here. Yep, gonna need more. And for that we're gonna need more lime. So that's a project for the next episode. And once we have enough lime, we're gonna finish this up. Get the turbine working. And then everything should be nice and cool. And I just want to explain a couple things here. One thing here is we got this loop. And we got this pipe here. It's made of iron, but ideally I would like to use cobalt. We just don't have enough right now. But that's fine. So the way it's going to go is the heat is going to rise up. So rather hot oxygen is going to rise up. And this is going to cool it. But these sides over here are insulated, so air from above is not going to get cooled. So this should be pretty efficient. I've tested this out in the sandbox. It worked pretty well. But this is the first time I'm setting up this particular version in survival. So we're going to see how it goes. I think it should be fine. But yeah, I think to be continued in the next episode. This has been Greasy Hammer. And if you like this video, then smash that like button. And subscribe if you want to see more. As always, I'll keep working on the next video. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.